call it by what is called the 4 waves that we are going through, right? In fact, I keep talking about the first wave is what I would like to call is the internet wave. This happened sometime in the 1990s, 1995s, where people started getting to know what is internet. This created a huge, influx of functions and technologies in enterprises, which focused on e-commerce and supply chain management and how to leverage internet, creation of websites and portals, those kind of work. And that also created the global delivery model, right? And then it moved on to what I would call the mobility world. The mobile devices caught up. Today mobile devices have more computing power than most other computers that we used to have 5-7 years back today. And mobile devices caught up, internet added on to it, which means that people started getting anything, anywhere on the click of a button, right? Which then created a huge explosion of data that is available in front of people. And then what are you going to do with this data is the next big question. That is where IOT comes in, which is the era that we are currently in. Is how are we going to get this multi-phase data coming from mobile devices, social media, different sensors, different technology platforms that we might have, and even body wearables that we are having nowadays, and actually creating sense of it. That's what I call as the third wave, which is the IoT wave. And the next one, which I think is just about starting to happen, is around artificial intelligence and robotics and automation, as we call it. This is all about how are we going to automate as many repetitive manual processes into much more automated and efficient way of actually managing things. And Fujitsu has already developed a lot of IPs around IoT, a lot of IPs around automation and artificial intelligence. And the idea is to actually bring them into a country like India. One of the typical things that immediately when you talk about artificial intelligence comes up is, is it going to take away people's jobs? That's the first question that comes up. But a lot of people, what they don't realize is that it does not take people jobs. It actually reskills them and actually upskills them to do much more value-added work where truly a human intervention is required, right? That is because a lot more people who are living in remote corners of the world, remote corners of India, are able to understand the importance of having a technology device on their hand. And today we are seeing a lot more people are now starting to use the applications on these mobile devices to get their day-to-day stuff done. It might be asking for a loan in the bank or just viewing a bank statement or even doing some small transactions that needs to happen. So a villager 10 years back would not have known how to use a mobile device, but today is able to not just use a mobile device, but is able to transact using that mobile device. So I don't call it as making people unimportant. I personally feel that it is making people multi-skilled and upskilled so that they can really do jobs for which a human intervention is required.